this 46-hour thing or whatever it is that's going around. I've choked up here a couple of times, and I apologize for that. But Dan can't even talk this morning. So we're going to run the clip, and we'll be right back after this clip.
Welcome to this week's Clips and Tips. Joining me is James Toll, host of ATSN. And this week we're looking at the left to right rabbit, both single and double. So join me with James as we figure out a way to do business with this guy.
Yeah, I want to also mention here, this is not my best target. I need a lot of help here, so stand by.
Hang on, folks. We're all going to get this one together. All right, James, let's take this left to right, and we're going to start with the single. Starting with the single. Again, where we're going to break it, where we're going to hold, where we're going to look's very important on this. About 1/3 of the way out, James, just break daylight on him and pull trigger. Pull it. Ho. Now, folks, I don't know if you saw that or not. I hope the camera picked it up. He just ink-balled a piece. The target came out. It was broken. It would have been a no-bird call, but James had already intended to shoot it, did so, smoked the piece. Now let's see if we can go back, dish him up the whole thing, see if he can do the same thing. All right, James, on your call. Amen, brother. He hit that one hard. James, make it look like this one's in slow motion. We're going to shoot a double. That's a double rabbit. Shoot the first thing you see. Nicely shot, James. All right, folks, that's the double rabbit. Now, James, I'm going to ask you a question here, and always from an instructing standpoint, we like to know what the heck does the instructee remember about the shot. And James, just tell me right now, capsule, what did you see?
I saw the rabbits come out, and I actually just pointed at him and shot. I didn't lead him a lot. I just tried to stay under him and hit him.
Now, the key there is he didn't overshoot him, and he didn't fall into the trap of, geez, I bet I have to put the 5-6 feet of lead on this. Not telling you that some rabbits won't require that, but James looked at this and said, you know what, I think this is smoke and mirrors. I'm going to go right at him, and it paid off big time.
Yeah, it did. It was very successful. Well, maybe I can do it twice.
Let's turn around and see if he can do it again, folks. Here we go, James. One more time. Let's prove it. The double rabbit. All right, that one wasn't to be. So let's just say, I know, James, he did that for you.
Actually, I think I shot over both of those.
He did. He shot over the top of them. So what do you need to do is isolate again. Doubles are two singles, folks. You want to shoot a single and then another single. Easy to say, hard to do. First time, killed him. Second time, fanned the puck. So now we're going to turn around here and see if we can't get them to collide again. One more time. Mr. James Toll on the double rabbit, left to right. All right, that's dead first bird. Second bird took a hop, which rabbits kind of do. Here we go. Double rabbit. Pretty pair, James. Now, you went from brilliant to mediocrity and back to brilliance again, all right? And that's where we want to be. And, you know, James, you've had a chance to tour around, and a lot of the guys that are watching us here know you to be a great ambassador to the sport and kind of, let's call him prolific, folks. He shoots targets all over the place, tries to support the sport at everybody's facility. How many double rabbits have you seen? Period. How many have you seen?
You know, double rabbits don't come up that often. I mean, I think it's a wonderful target, but it's an intimidating target. And maybe that's my problem, because I know a pair of them are going to come out. I'm never comfortable with a single. Now I know there's a double coming, and you have the feeling you need to shoot them quick.
And as on that last example, I just kind of slowed down and said, hey, they're not going anywhere. Nothing I can't outrun.
Okay, so again, focus. Primary focus on the primary target. James had selected the first target, the leading target. A lot of times you can, I guess by the book, guys would tell you shoot from back to front because the momentum of the gun carries you forward that way. However, we have a natural instinct to lunge at the first thing we see. I think it might come from the old where we used to have to throw rocks at rabbits to feed. I don't know how many thousand years ago that was, but anyway, we're back here throwing rocks at double rabbits now, and that one worked out really good. Here's one more tip on hold on double rabbits, and I'm going to give you this one. Guys, split the field up into thirds, and by that I mean pick the spot where you're going to break the target, set your stance up so that it's sort of neutral, in other words, right in front of your belly button. You should be trying to attack this target so that your overswing is nice and free. You don't wind up running out of swing, which a lot of times will cause the gun to roll, your head to come up, you become disconnected. Remember, the reason the manufacturer didn't put a rear sight on a shotgun is because your eye is the rear sight on a shotgun. And if you don't keep it connected, wired tight behind the front sight, you don't really know why you hit something, which makes it tough to go back there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, actually. And this time, what you're suggesting is maybe I should shoot the second target first and then go after the first target. See, I have a tendency to want to shoot the first thing I see, exactly like you said, and I let the other one run up to me. So maybe I should try the back target first.
Well, you know what? We'll try them. And folks, I recommend that you try them both ways to see what you're comfortable with. But you'll find probably at the tournament, our last tournament here where we introduced this double rabbit, just about everybody that was successful was shooting the front target first, okay? They were jumping on the first thing they saw. So I'm not going to tell you that it's wrong. If it's working for you, it can't be wrong. Book-wise, that's where I'm going. If you go back and be technically correct by several books penned by many authors going back many years, the momentum would be from rear to front. I'd shoot the top one or the front one myself. If it was a double teal going up, I usually shoot the first thing I see there too. I know a lot of other shooters do the same thing. Here we go, James. We want to tie the ribbon on this segment. Double rabbit, one tip as the instructee for our guys watching out there.
One tip. Well, again, one tip is you need a lot of practice at this. And two, you need a good instructor. And three, you just need to slow yourself down. I think that's probably a mistake that I'm making. I'm getting anxious. Because I know two of them are coming, and I know that this is a soft target. This is not an easy target for me.
No, it's not.
So shoot under it and at it.
All right, there you go. And now, as the instructor, final parting tip. Find out what works for you. Again, use the bracketing technique that we've talked about as a beginning or starting point. Not everybody does everything the same way. Don't be afraid to experiment. Find out what works for you. Use it. That's my tip to you. I'm Dan Reeves, ATSN.
Take instructions from. And I paused for a minute because I've had instructions from a lot of the top shooters around the country. They've been very generous with me. And I said, I'm going to take instructions from the person who can turn on the light. Because as all instructors have said to me, they spend their time trying to figure out 500 different ways to tell a student what he's doing wrong. And for some reason, whenever I spend any time with Dan Reeves, and I swear to God, he can read my mind because he just goes, James, this is what you need to do. And that's what I do, and I correct the problem. That was a great video, and I enjoy every moment that I spend with Dan. And I know he's sick, as I said earlier, and I know he's probably not even watching today. I hope he's in bed and taking some medicine so he'll be ready for next week.